the Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.
Hi, I'm Cherry Johnson with Watauga County Arts Council, and I want to welcome some of ASU's wonderful folks with me today. You know, every year we kind of try to take some time out to showcase some of the advantages that we have in this community, and one of the advantages we have is ASU, because at ASU there's a fabulous theater department, dance, and music and art. And so the Arts Council feels like we've been sort of enriched in so many different ways in our efforts in the community by the efforts that are going on at the university. So we try to showcase some of the things that they're doing. Showcase might be an appropriate term for what I just said, right? This is Sherone Price.
Hi.
Sherone is with the dance department at ASU.
Dance program. Mm-hmm.
And this is Lydia Ullum. Did I say it right? Excuse me, Catherine Ullum. See, my daughter's name is Lydia Catherine. Your name's Catherine, so that's why I tagged it. One of those memory tricks. Mm-hmm. So, Catherine Ullum, mm-hmm. right? And you are a professor in dance.
Adjunct faculty.
An adjunct. Okay. And Christina, what is your last name?
Henderson.
Henderson. And where are you from?
I am from Statesville, North Carolina.
And you're a senior?
I'm a senior.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, why is Christina here to talk about the freshman showcase?
Because Christina is actually choreographing for, as well as Catherine, choreographing for the first year showcase this year.
And it's called first year because sometimes it's transfers, not just freshmen.
That's correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And I think it originally might have been called freshman showcase.
At one point, that was.
But the concept is to give the new people in the department a chance to kind of show off.
Both theater and dance, you know, people in the theater department as well as the people in the dance department, a way to see our freshmen and transfer students who are coming in, and hopefully, you know, at some point we'd love to grab them as being majors in our department or minors. So, but they really don't have to be a major or minor to be able to participate in any of our shows.
They do not. That's true, because I've met a few that are not theater majors or dance majors. That's an interesting component of your department. Now, this event is happening on
September the 26th through the 28th.
So you got 3 opportunities to see it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There are posters out and all kinds of brochures and stuff like that,
and
too.
I'm assuming it's at Valborg.
It is. It's actually over at I.G. Greer Dance Space, Theater Space.
That's a neat space.
It's a small, intimate space, 80 seats,
right.
You know, and so we do fill up really quickly.
Yeah, I guess so.
So if people are going to buy tickets, they should buy tickets, you know, very quickly.
So what's the show like?
The show is a mix of both dance and theater, and we will alternate both dance and theater. Theater is doing Alice in Wonderland. It's not a kid's show. It's more of an adult show or a student show. But it is a collaboration with both Teresa Lee and the students, with the freshman transfer students who are coming in, and they get a chance to. It's almost like it's a freshman experience, like coming in as freshmen, and you know, almost the same as Alice in Wonderland, and she falls down through this hole, and so these students are falling in through this hole of the university, and you know, and what it means to be a freshman in a new place and a new time, you know, and what other people are doing, and their continual studies.
That is really cool, because I'm sure that many of them feel that way.
I know they do.
So, Catherine, how did you get involved with this production?
Well, I was kind of asked right before the audition happened if I was available to jump in. And
so you didn't have a whole lot of warning.
No, I mean, no, not really, but I kind of had some movement vocabulary that I was able to just kind of pull from quickly and just piece together.
It's a great opportunity as an adjunct in particular.
Yes, yes, and because this is my first year, I kind of felt it was fitting to work with first years.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this will lead to bigger and better.
Maybe, yes.
So now what exactly are you doing with this show?
I have a quartet of dancers that I'm working with, and it's 3 sections, and I'm kind of taking this foundational idea of storytelling, beginning, middle, and end, and there's no actual story behind it. It's pretty abstract, but it kind of starts with an improvisational score and then goes into really set movement, really filling up the space, kind of really filling in the gaps of the story, or kind of the details, the adjectives, things like that.
Interesting.
And then the third section is the summary or the conclusion. And so it's a little more stationary, a little more, I think, individualistic in movement for the dancers. And then it just kind of...
So it's almost like a dance version of a narrative.
Yes, exactly,
Uh-huh.
exactly, yes.
That's
yes.
really an interesting concept.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. Now, Christina, what are you doing?
I am working with 6 dancers,
Mm-hmm.
which in that space is a lot. But my concept is about connections that we have with each other, and the different stories that we tell as we go through life. So each of us have our own story, and we may think that we're disconnected with each other,
Right.
when actually we're all sort of a part of a whole circle. So as we go throughout the whole dance, the dancers are each telling their own story. And in some portions they come together, in some portions it looks like they're all dancing separately.
Now, did you write this?
No, it just...
I mean, the concept?
The concept, yes, that came from me, definitely. But it's been a process, yeah. It came with the collaboration with my dancers also.
And
They're all wonderful.
Then you didn't have a whole lot of time to pull this thing together.
3 weeks. It's been a whirlwind, but yeah.
Well, we aren't very far into the school year, so it's obvious you wouldn't have had very long.
Of course, yeah. But it's been a wonderful process, and I love each and every one of my dancers. I think the showcase they'll perform so well.
So now you're a senior. What are your plans?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I'm a comm studies major and a dance minor. I plan on going and using that, and hopefully finding a fusion between the two, working in the arts, but then with administration, hopefully.
Right.
So, but it's whatever I feel
Careful,
led
that
to.
administration stuff will suck you up.
I know.
So you forget it. You don't get time to do your art sometimes, and I'm speaking from experience. Now, Sherone, what is your overall role? Are you like the headmaster here? Or
I'm
what?
actually the director of the dancing portion. Teresa Lee is the person who's director of, and probably the collaborating coordinator of the theater portion of it. And
You
so
and Teresa are cohorts.
we are co-hosts, and and of course, there are a lot of people who are actually helping us out, to make sure everything goes well. Sue Williams is there. Of course, our dean, our chair, Marianne Adams, is there too, to make sure
Yes.
everything goes well, and make sure we're trying new things out right now, and try to make sure the publicity is out and the posters are done,
Right.
and so everything is getting there, and so we feel really wonderful about the space that we're the space and where we are in time right now with the performance. Understand the Greer space is a black box
Yes.
kind of semicircle kind of space, and so it's very different to perform in, but I think the choreographers all knew that when they were casting their works,
Right.
that this is a small intimate space to perform in, and so they had to create the work to bring that towards the audience. And so I think it's going to be a great, and I think all of them have had in mind the fact that this is about freshmen, and their transitions. And so Alice in Wonderland, Teresa Lee and her collaboration with that I think is great, because I think a lot of the pieces are really fitting into the whole storyline. So
It's brilliant, and that theater space is such a unique,
It is.
opportunity in this community, at least. I mean,
Great.
these kinds of spaces exist everywhere, but specifically here, it's the only thing of its kind. And so I think it's almost worth going to just to have that experience.
I agree. I agree. Have that close up, almost
Exactly.
touching situation with theater and dance. So.
Very, very different from any other auditorium setting that you could be involved in. So now, this is not your first time working with this particular element of
This
the
is my
teaching?
first time working with the Fresh Year Showcase.
Is it really?
Yes, and I and the dancers all work with myself and Emily Daughtridge to
I know Emily.
to get all the choreography
Right.
and lined up and timelines and stuff like that. So Emily is spearheading all the choreography that happens usually for the first year, first year showcase, fade shows, and all the choreographers making
Right.
sure they make their deadlines and
Right.
everything.
Yeah.
So, but no, this is not my first time, but this is like more my second or third time doing it. So, but my first time like as the director.
Being
so
in charge.
I'm trying to take care of business.
So is it fun?
It is fun. It is fun. And so I've been texting and emailing and getting lists and all kinds of stuff like that to make sure things make the deadlines, because other people need their, they have their deadlines. So we've got to make sure we make our deadlines as well,
The reason
too.
I ask if it was fun is sometimes when you're so caught up in the middle of all of these details that you got to deal, it's hard to remember you're supposed to be having fun.
Yes. Yes.
And that's
yes.
a big part of
Yeah.
it. Now, what's the overriding goal of this entire production?
The overriding goal of this whole thing is to let freshmen know they fit into this whole package in the university setting, and that there is a place for them.
Right.
And so whether or not if it's in theater or dance or other disciplines at the university, because I know it's a tiring time for kids when they're going off to school for the first time, missing home, missing their friends and stuff like that. But I also understand this is a new adventure for them as they
Right.
move into being an adult, washing their own clothes, taking care of themselves, feeding themselves, making sure they get up in the mornings,
Right.
So I
Right.
think it's, we just want our students to be well-rounded people.
That's great.
And we think, why not with the arts too?
Oh, totally.
You
Absolutely. And the arts do teach an awful lot of responsibility.
It does.
If you're going to succeed.
I agree.
You know.
I agree.
Now, tickets?
Ticket prices for students are $5. For faculty and staff is $8, and for general admission, anyone else in the town of Boone or far out, I would love for you to come from wherever you want to come from. It's like $10.
Okay. So all their parents have to pay 10.
Yes.
Which I'll bet you have some.
Yes.
Because this is their first college performance,
Right,
so it would
exactly.
be worth going to. Yes.
Right.
So now you do sell out of these productions pretty
We
quickly.
do.
So if folks want tickets, they need to do what?
They can actually go to the Schaefer Center, our new Schaefer Center here on campus. So you need to come see that space. It's really beautiful. You can buy tickets there at the box office. Or you could also buy tickets at the Valborg Theater. You can buy tickets online. It's going to cost you an extra $5 to buy it online because it's
Seriously?
a processing fee plus a one-time fee as well too. So it's like $5 to do
Might
that
be worth
too.
the gas to go ahead
It
and
may be
drive
worth
in.
your gas to just come over to one of those theaters and do that.
Can
The
you get
Schaefer
them at the
Center
door?
is 8 to 5, and the Valborg Theater is 2 to 5.
Okay. Now, will there be tickets at the door, do you think?
There may be, it depends on how well we sell.
Yeah. It's going to be a chance.
It will be, yes.
So I guess it would be wise of them to call before they were to come.
They can
for that.
call, and they can, they can also check online at theater.appstate.edu or dance.appstate.edu, and you can also find the link where to get to buy tickets if you want to, if you can't get there.
Yes. Okay. Well, I'm so glad you came and told us about this. I think it's a wonderful, wonderful production. I think you said it's the only one of its kind.
That's that I know of in the
Wow.
state of North Carolina.
That's something special.
Yeah.
Yeah. It says something about ASU's folks and what you all do for the students, and we appreciate that too. So.
We really appreciate all our theater and dance faculties, and the people who also help to make our productions run well with the production part of it as well, with the advertising and everything too,
Yeah.
and you.
It's a good town-gown relationship, isn't it?
It is.
We have a
It
great
is.
partnership.
It is.
So, and Catherine, it's great to meet you.
too,
I'm
thanks.
glad that, and this time I didn't call you by my daughter's first name. And so it was great. I hope that I get a chance to work with you again as you are growing into your world in that, and that, since you said this is your first time as an adjunct. So good luck with that.
Thank you.
And good luck with you.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
going
you.
to be graduating and moving on?
Yes, in May. I'll graduate in May. So,
Well, I hope that I get another opportunity to meet with you
you
again.
might. You
All
never
right.
know.
Maybe you'll just find some. Maybe you'll be able to take her old shoes after she graduates out of those and maybe the adjunct, and on we'll go. Check our website, watauga-arts.org, for links to this and a whole lot more.
the Watauga Arts Council with your host, Cherry Johnson, serving arts in Watauga County for more than 30 years.